finally, the new Insta360 Ace Pro 2 has just been released, and thanks to Insta360, I've been able to test it out for the past couple of weeks. So let's get this fresh one unboxed and see what we get inside.
Yeah, I'm in her when you standing no business. The whip presidential is tenant. Niggas be all up in money and minding they business. They holding the record for Guinness.
Inside we have the Ace Pro 2 itself, a spare battery, magnetic mount, this little plastic thing we'll get into in a second, USB-C cable, stickers, and some paperwork you know I probably won't be looking at. So here it is, the first look at the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 itself. There are a few visual differences that I'll go over really quickly, some hardware differences from the Ace Pro 1 or the Ace Pro. The actual lens guard on the Ace Pro 2 is now designed to be removable, so you can just twist it and take the lens guard off just like that and reattach it by twisting it back on, which is sick. The front mic has this sick new wind guard, which you can actually take off. And as you can see inside, it has this little wind muff that covers the microphone to give you better audio quality in the wind. But this wind guard isn't waterproof, so if you're going underwater, make sure to replace it with the mic cap that comes in the box. But I don't really do underwater stuff very often, so I'm gonna be keeping the wind guard on there. Obviously, the number 2 next to Ace Pro. Larger 1800 milliamp hour batteries inside of the Ace Pro 2 for 180 minutes of battery life. New 1/1.3 inch 8K sensor, same size, but has been upgraded from the previous version, and obviously still partnered with Leica for the Super Summerit lens. A couple of other visual differences between the Ace Pro and the Ace Pro 2. I believe the screen size on the back is bigger, different door mechanism, and a couple other visual differences that have been upgraded on the Ace Pro 2. First of all the accessories from the previous Ace Pro are now compatible on the Ace Pro 2, which is really nice. So I'm able to use the exact same accessories from my Ace Pro setup, including the mic adapter and even the ND filters. The lens cover on the Ace Pro 2 is slightly different, not sure if you can tell, so I believe new ND filters are coming for it, but the old ones do fit on pretty well but aren't designed for it, so just keep that in mind. I'll be running the old filters on my setup until I get the new ones, so they are compatible.
All right, that is definitely enough sitting inside just talking about this camera. So we're about to take the Honda CB650R out and go give a real world motovlogging test with the new Insta360 Ace Pro 2. So we've got a bit of a journey on our hands today. We're gonna be heading south that way, quite a distance, talking about the features of the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, my favorite features, and just testing it out in the real world, seeing what it's capable of. So let's get geared up, head out, see what fun stuff we get up to today. So an improvement you're probably already noticing, and my favorite improvement from the last Ace Pro, is the field of view. The field of view has been massively upgraded to 157 degrees when shooting in the widest FOV setting, which is action wide. That's what I'm in right now. And look how wide it is, capturing everything in the screen, surprisingly without distorting the image too much. It actually looks super clean, like naturally wide, if that makes sense. And when doing an action sport like motorcycle riding, you want the FOV to be as wide as possible, and that's something the original Ace Pro was lacking. In the widest setting, it just, hello reflection, it just wasn't very, it just wasn't wide enough. And now on the new Ace Pro 2, that has been completely upgraded to 157 degrees and looks really good. The wider the shot, the faster it makes it look like you're going. So I'm running 4K, obviously, 30 frames per second, 1/60 shutter speed with ND16. My ISO is actually set to 100 right now, locked at 100, not auto, because it's a super bright day. I don't think I'm gonna need it to get any brighter, so ISO locked at 100. Sharpness on low. What else is there? Auto white balance. Stabilization is off. I prefer to have stabilization turned off. To me, it just looks better. It looks like I'm going faster. It looks more interactive, like you're actually here with me. And also, when shooting at 30 frames per second and 1/60 shutter speed with stabilization on, you get that jitter effect. Because there's motion blur, if your head moves quickly, stabilization is trying to compensate for it, and you get that jittery effect. But when you have stabilization off, whatever movements are happening is the natural movement, so there's going to be no stabilization compensating for it, if that makes sense. Also, just the standard picture profile, we'll get more into that later. There's a super cool feature update that I want to talk about, but for now we're in the standard picture profile. Man, it's a nice day out today. I like it when it's partly cloudy, not completely blue skies. Hey, this is perfect weather. Yeah, We're gonna get some sick shots today. I got a pretty crazy spot in mind. Just before I came out to ride, the new ND filter pack for the Ace Pro 2 arrived at my house. So that's what I'm running right now, the actual official ND filter pack for the Ace Pro 2. The old filters do work on it, so if you already have those, you don't really need to upgrade, but the new ones are a bit nicer because the pack they come in is a lot smaller compared to the old filters. The old filters pack was so big and clunky, like it was quite hard to actually find anywhere to put it comfortably in my bag or my pockets. So this new filter pack being much smaller is actually really nice, and the filters themselves are actually a little bit smaller as well, which is good. I'm running the filters right now. Got ND16 on. It might even be too bright today for ND16. I'm not sure. I might need to pop on the 32. The Ace Pro 2 now has dual AI chips compared to the old Ace Pro only having one AI chip. The new AI chip, from what I've heard, is just an image processing chip, produces a bit better quality. The other chip is the same as the last one, the 5nm AI chip, I believe. Dual AI chip for better image quality and image processing. That brings some cool updates for pure video mode, which I'll talk more about later. And obviously this camera is an 8K camera. It can now do 8K up to 30 frames per second from the last one, only being able to do 8K up to 24 frames per second. So that actually makes it usable for me now because I don't typically shoot at 24 frames per second. I'm not getting Hungry Jacks, don't be concerned. Just gonna get a secondary angle set up. Set this clamp up. Whoops. I accidentally pressed the horn. That's embarrassing. And hello there. Oh, that's what I forgot. I forgot my other ND filters. No. Of course I forgot something. It's me that has the addiction to ND filters, not you. So I hope you can forgive me that this shot won't have smooth motion blur. Please forgive me. You got the magnetic clips that make setting things up so much quicker. It's one of my favorite things about these cameras. I can even unclip instantly the camera mounted on my helmet, quickly look at the settings, make sure everything looks good, then clip it back on. Got the camera set up, secondary angle, flip the flip screen down. I have my frame set up good now. I'm really sorry this secondary angle doesn't have smooth buttery motion blur because there's no ND filters. Shutter speed's probably at like 1/1000 right now, so hope you can forgive me for that. How do I get back on the highway? This way. Pretty controversial topic, the Yamaha R9. What do you think about it? The Yamaha R9 is the bike I was planning to get to upgrade from this. I've wanted a sport bike for a very long time, and another main issue I have with naked bikes is wind noise. Because there's no aerodynamics on the bike with naked bikes, wind noise through to the microphone is pretty bad. There's not really much I can do about it. There's whistling in my helmet, even though the Shoei XSPR Pro is a good helmet for wind. As you probably just heard in the highway riding, the wind noise is a bit high. I was considering getting the Yamaha R9 when it comes out, and it has just been released, and it's got a whole new design, which honestly I don't think it's that bad. Everyone online is saying things about it, they don't really like it, but I think as time goes on, people are going to start liking the design. Upgrades that come out for it, people are going to start making them look better. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you like the way it looks, if you think people are being harsh on it. It's obviously no R6. Oh, looks like a good day for a swim too. Oh, it'd be refreshing, that's for sure, especially after riding. Look at that. Wow, got a helipad. And over here we just have this insane spot. Let's try not puncture the tires getting over. Oh, look at this. Yeah, what a spot. I think I want to go over there actually. How does that look? Yeah, that looks pretty sick. Yeah, that's dope. Next feature I want to talk about. This one I'm super excited about. That's why I waited the entire ride to talk about it when I get here, because you guys know I love color grading. I sell my own LUT packs. And the Ace Pro 2 has now come out with its own log picture profile called iLog. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you don't know what log is, basically it's just a picture profile that retains more data, more dynamic range, and it looks super grayed out, no contrast. I'll actually switch to it right now. So this is how log looks straight out of camera. As you can see, it's just basically black and white. But the reason for that is to do color grading later on in post. It gives you more room to push and pull the colors, and that is what I personally love to do. I love to give my own look and style, and shooting in log allows you to do that. To restore this footage, what most camera manufacturers do is provide a Rec. 709 conversion LUT. which transforms your log footage from log back into Rec 709, and then you do your color corrections and everything like that after that Rec 709 conversion. Let me just pop on that Rec 709 conversion and then swipe across my color adjustments. And as you can see, it's looking pretty clean. I haven't really tested out the iLog on the Ace Pro 2 that much, but hopefully it looks good. This is kind of my first test really trying it. You can download the Ace Pro 2 Rec 709 conversion LUT, or if you edit on phone, there's just a button that recovers the colors on the Insta360 iPhone app. So we came to this beautiful scenic spot, got the bike set up, and I'm going to try and get some cinematic shots now, shooting in iLog. That was so hot, I'm sweating. It's good to be back on the road. Oh, the wind feels so good. It's not even like a hot day, but wearing all this black gear, standing in the sun for a long period of time like that, I am sweating. So we're still shooting in log right now. Currently have ND32 applied instead of ND16. So I think before it was a bit too bright. So testing out ND32, shooting in iLog, but there is one catch with the Ace Pro 2 and shooting in iLog that I wish was different, and that is the sensor is still 8-bit. Even though it can now shoot in a log picture profile, the sensor is still an 8-bit sensor, so not 10-bit. So basically that means there's not as much like sciencey nerd terms, color, definition, just it's 8-bit, 10 bits better, that's all you really need to know. It would have been great if this sensor was 10-bit to come along with the log picture profile. So that's where I'm kind of conflicted whether it is actually beneficial to shoot in log or to just shoot in a normal picture profile and just do simple adjustments to the footage. So that's why I'm testing this right now, shooting in log on the Ace Pro 2. And we'll see how much I can push and pull it, even though it is only in 8-bit compared to 10-bit, which would have been super nice, but there's always a catch. There is always a catch, it seems.
Next feature I'm really excited about on the Ace Pro 2 is the dual track audio feature. So basically it records 2 audio tracks to the 1 video file when using a Bluetooth microphone. So for my example today, I'm going to be connecting the Ace Pro 2 to my Cardo as the Bluetooth connection. The Cardo picks up my voice inside of the helmet with the microphone, and then the other audio track that the Ace Pro picks up is the internal audio, so just basically the microphone that is on the Ace Pro or whatever is plugged into the Ace Pro. So it could be the lav plugged into the Ace Pro, or it could just be the Ace Pro's internal microphone itself, and that's what I'm going to be testing out right now.
We are now connected to the Cardo for the audio, and also the Ace Pro is picking up audio as well with the new dual track feature. So I don't really know what I'm going to talk about right now. I just need to talk to show how the feature works. See if it's picking up the engine audio and how much wind is coming through. Nope. This is the first I've seen an action camera have this feature. When you import the video into your editing software like DaVinci Resolve, there will actually be 2 audio tracks, and you can just basically choose one louder or quieter. You can turn the engine sound off if you just want to hear my voice more clearly, turn my voice off completely if I said something dumb. Now, because I don't have a lav mic plugged in, I'm able to take the camera off the magnetic clip without any cables going around. It is connected to the Cardo Bluetooth, and I can easily just magnetic clip Ace Pro 2 onto another mounting point, and it is still connected to Bluetooth audio. No wires, change up angle that quickly and still get my voice. Where should I go? I've never been here before. This is so cool. I'm seeing so many new places. Hey, let's head up here. Oh, it's very bumpy. I don't have stabilization on, so the shot probably looks crazy right now. Sorry about that. This is cool. Another audio related feature update also got to do with the Cardo. The Ace Pro 2 can now connect to the Cardo as a rider, which means if you're on a group ride, you're able to record everyone's audio if they have a Cardo straight to the Ace Pro, so there's no need to record the group's audio through your phone and then import it later. Straight to the Ace Pro by connecting the Ace Pro 2 to the Cardo as a rider, basically. That's a simple way to put it. In future videos, it'll be fun to test out that feature. Obviously, I can't test it out right now. I am currently on my own, quite dark through here. Got ND32 on, and I'm shooting at log. Not sure how good this is gonna look. What a view. And now we're back on the lav mic. I still have the Cardo connected as well, so I can swap between the two with dual track audio. If one of the microphones doesn't pick up my voice properly, I've got a backup to switch to in case I said something super important or something. And those are some of my favorite feature updates on the Ace Pro 2 in relation to motovlogging. But yeah, I'm so excited to start using this camera in all of my moto vlogs now. I'm so excited because of this massive FOV mainly. That is mainly my most favorite thing about it. Now I'm just going to cruise on my way home and then we'll talk about the PureVideo mode feature update.
That was definitely a needed swim after that long ride, and I had a bit of fun testing out the 4K 120 and 8K 30 frames per second on the Ace Pro 2. So as I mentioned briefly earlier on in the video, the Ace Pro 2 has dual AI chips, enabling even better low light video with PureVideo Plus, which is automatically enabled when shooting at 4K 30 frames per second. And additionally, you can now shoot 4K up to 60 frames per second for low light slow motion footage, helping me get smoother cinematic handheld shots like this. Now, something I really would have liked is manual settings in PureVideo mode. Unfortunately, there are still, and I don't think there ever will be, manual settings in PureVideo mode, which would enable you to do more professional things like locking the shutter speed at 1/60 when shooting at 30 frames per second to get that smooth motion blur, and other things like manual ISO. But from the looks of it, PureVideo is purely a automatic video setting, which uses AI to enhance the low light footage. I'm just someone that loves tweaking every single setting I possibly can, so manual settings in PureVideo mode would have been something awesome for me, and the footage coming out of automatic PureVideo mode is really good, so I'm not complaining. The Ace Pro 2 does, however, enable you to turn off stabilization in PureVideo mode now, unlike on the Ace Pro 1, you were stuck with having stabilization on. So in PureVideo mode, stabilization off coupled with the 157° FOV looks so good. It is preference though, some people like having stabilization on and others like me prefer it without. Both have their places and reasons though, I'm just glad there is an option now. This is how PureVideo mode looks straight out of camera, then I add a couple adjustments and my LUTs later on in post to get the look I'm going for.